If I hit a clip while I was playing Fortnite, I had to post it. I don't know why, it just felt right.
No, scope this guy.
And then I realized that I could combine my love for gaming with my love for editing, and everything clicked.
Every lie told him, no guy coding, we love blind those, we kissed with both eyes open. Trust me like you used to, girl. Want me
In
like
2022, I even started posting daily, and now there hasn't been a video on my channel for months. So let me tell you my story. Let me tell you why I stopped posting, and if I'm going to post again. Once I turned 20 earlier this year, I felt like it was time to live on my own. And with no plan and no guaranteed stable income, I said, you know what? Fuck it. And I hit the road with my YouTube channel. What I didn't realize is that my channel would then become my main focus, not because I wanted it to be, but because I needed it to be so that I could pay my rent. And that meant that I would start uploading every single day, because that way I'd be guaranteed a certain amount of views, instead of posting weekly videos that could potentially perform worse. And furthermore, I was a channel that was based on Fortnite content, so posting some other type of video was riskier because it would probably get less views. And so after a month I had to ask myself, is it so worth being the one in charge just so I can make the same content over and over again, all for me to just end up being broke? In the long term, sure, my hard work would probably be paying off by creating a really good foundation, but in the short term, what I was doing just wasn't practical, and it wasn't something I could keep up for a long time. Not to mention, it's really draining. A full day of working on YouTube videos is a little different because it uses a lot of creative energy, and each moment requires extreme concentration. It can be great when you're in the zone, but over the course of doing this without breaks throughout a week or a month, it's a recipe for burning through all of the fuel that you might have in you. So I assessed what I was doing and decided that it was time to click pause. Yeah, I've always been doubtful of getting a job because ever since I was a kid, I knew that I wanted to be the one in charge and I didn't want to work for somebody else. And as hard as it was to swallow my ego and try to work at a company, I decided that it was time to get a job. A video editing job. Only thing is, I've never done this before, and I had thoughts like, what if there's not a position out there that fits me? And what if no one wants to hire me? What if I'm not qualified to be in a work environment? I set up my LinkedIn profile and I sent out hundreds, if not thousands of emails to people in the hopes that I could get a connection with someone who might be able to help me. And weeks went by, and of the hundreds of messages I'd sent out, only a couple people responded. And when I would finally connect with those people, I would get super nervous and make a pretty awkward and bad first impression. It was a lot of rejection, and having my parents there was incredibly helpful and encouraging because they supported me to keep going. And then finally, I got a hero. Liz Kreutz from California, a news reporter, knew a video editor who then connected me with a production company that ended up messaging me back. Next thing I know, I'm working on a video for Google, making $35 an hour. And working on a YouTube video that was going on someone else's channel felt a bit weird. But at the same time, it was a channel that has over 5 million subscribers, and the video that I was editing was an explainer video for how the YouTube algorithm works. So not only was I learning a ton by just rewatching the footage as I edited it, but I was getting real-world experience for what it's like to do work within a company that has systems in place to run things. I mean, I was in email threads with employees at Google. That's an unbeatable experience. And what's more important than that experience when you want to know how to run your own company in the future? Turns out the contract was only for this video, so once this project was finished, I went back to my job search. But now I had the confidence to make it happen again, and knew that I had a quality portfolio to show to potential employers. And now, I work at a production company in Boston, which has opened my eyes up to a whole new world. I've been able to expand my experience in ways I didn't even know were possible. I get to see what the whole process looks like from the moment a video is conceived by a company to when it's actually sent out and put on billboards and radio stations and commercials. These ads in the train stations, I animated those. And I think it's really cool to get an insider view of how this stuff works. And since we have tons of different clients, I get to work on projects that I never would have worked on if I only kept creating YouTube videos for myself. So as I transitioned into this whole work thing, I stopped posting. But I'm still the same kid who's loved putting shit on the internet, and it feels weird to not upload. The idea of posting videos that I like and connecting with the fan base is such a heartwarming feeling to me. The thing is, I've had no idea what to post. So I looked to my creator friends to see what they were up to, and they seemed to be in the same boat. We just didn't know what to make next. We were overall just ready to switch up our content. It begs the question, what do you do when you're ready for a change in content? How do you figure out what's next?
Feeling like I'm just, I did the dash through the 60s. I don't gotta spend $1, but I bet that bitch get naked. Baby on the shit, yeah, I don't gotta fake it. I know that pussy blessed, I salam alaikum. Doing anything, just so they can taste it. She keeps sucking on the D, take a briefer. She keep having nightmares, I'ma leave her. Hit the road, I be gone for a long time. Call my number, voicemails on the phone line. Please don't throw up, we'll be at your house in 10 minutes. I'm spinning your block until you feel it. Let it out one time and you chillin'. Let me know if I'm bad for you.
Meet up, you go on a cruise, you go to the Bahamas, Jamaica, Haiti. I mean, what else would you do? Look, I'm just gonna be real with you guys. I'm terrified of flying and boats and water slides and roller coasters, but I decided to confront these things and push myself way out of my comfort zone. And we were in the middle of the ocean, so there was no service, and I spent this whole week disconnected from social media. Traveling the world with my friends without worrying about what work needs to be done just allowed my mind to reset. Like, it feels as though I've taken a drug that has reset my brain, but it was all from this natural experience. So if you feel like you've been in a loop or stuck in a pattern and feel like you could be doing more to reach your full potential and to feel fulfilled, maybe it's time for you to click pause for as long as you feel is right. If things are going smoothly for you, maybe you only need to pause for a second. And if you're facing uncertainty and don't quite know what to do, maybe it's a longer pause. And if you take that pause, do something crazy. I'm not saying you have to go book a cruise and snorkel in the Caribbean, but try to face a fear that you have, or go and travel, even if it's a place more local. If you get out and just push yourself somewhere new, your brain will really appreciate it. In terms of my uploading, yes, it's time for new content. However, this channel is basically reset. Anything you've seen from me in the past, what I'm about to start is completely different from any of it, and I'm not doing it alone. I hope y'all can join me and we can enjoy all of these new videos together, and I love you.